that breaking news in Los Angeles, a memorial for slain rapper Nipsey Hussle ends in a chaotic stampede after reports of violence breaking out. Hundreds had gathered to pay their respects at the same spot where Hussle was shot and killed yesterday afternoon. Police arrived on scene to control the crowds, but some people started throwing candles at officers. KCBS's aerial photojournalist Stu Mundell describes what went down.
This is one of those scenes where it is difficult. A lot of these people are out here to show their respects, but then also there always is a couple of bad apples. Even in this crowd. Now, LAPD, they have a job to do. They have to keep the people safe.
Right now, our sister station in Los Angeles is reporting that at least 6 people were stabbed. This all happening within the past 2 hours. We'll keep an eye on this and bring you any major developments. Meanwhile, here's a live look at the scene. You can see the crowd has somewhat left, but there seems to be some sort of standoff. There's multiple police cars, and there's still people mulling around right now. Earlier, about 10 minutes ago, we saw a standoff with police and possibly some other people that were attending the memorial. It did look a little tense, but it looks like it is dispersing as of right now from this scene. We'll keep an eye on this for you.
Shalom, Yasharala. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our teachers, the apostles of Great Millstone. And salutation to you, sincere brothers, pushing this truth across the 4 winds. All right, I brought out that clip, man, about this guy, Nipsey Hussle. He's the theme of the day, the hot topic of the day. All right. At the end of the day, man, this guy was a nigger, man. This nigga wasn't a man of the Lord. He wasn't being a help to the prophets. He wasn't pushing sound doctrine to wake up the elect. I mean, he was just basically a nigger that was worried about prospering, uplifting his so-called community in Babylon, man. This place is going to be destroyed. Don't nobody want to hear about a nigga that's talking about buying up the whole block and giving back to a community that's going to be destroyed, okay? So we living in a day and time where the Most High, man, if you're not rocking according to this doctrine and you're not a part of the body, nobody care about the so-called good deeds you've done, all right? And this truth is only one good deed you can do, and your good deed has to synchronize with the word, all right? Giving a bum a meal that's living under a bridge, helping an elderly lady cross the street, going to cut the grass of a elderly man or woman, all right? That's a good deed in this society, man. But according to the scriptures, the only good thing you can do is push the word of Yahweh Shema Shai and build up the kingdom of heaven and seek the kingdom of heaven without fear and trembling, and keep the commandments as best you can. That's the only thing good according to the scriptures you can do. Anything outside of that is worldly. Anything outside of that is things and philosophies of this world. All right, this is Romans 12. I'm going to start at 1. I beseech you, therefore, Akim, by the mercies of Yahweh, that you present your body as a living sacrifice. The way you present your body as a living sacrifice, you have to come out of the world. You have to put off all of the things you were taught and come bring yourself to Yahweh Shema Shai and do what he's commanded you to do. And what he's commanded you to do is to come and pronounce judgment to the world and to speak against the world. All right? And when you do that, the people of the world is going to want to kill you like they did our great king, like they did the prophets of old. So that's how you make your body a living sacrifice. Not by building up the world, building up the communities in the world, buying the blocks and saying you're giving back to the community or you're doing positive in the world. Nah, that's an enmity with the words and the commandments of Yahweh Shema Shai. Holy. Holy means to be set apart. Don't be like the world. Don't be yoked with the people of the world. Nipsey Hussle, he do business ventures with Edomites. You know, they say the day after he died, he was supposed to be doing a business venture with some Edomites. All right. He's synchronized with this system. For him to buy up blocks and shit, all right, he has to be dealing with Edomite money. He has to be dealing with Edomite businessmen, lawyers, so on and so forth. Okay? The scriptures say for us to be content with our daily bread, as long as we have food, water, and raiment, Wi-Fi, whatever we need to push this truth, be content. But trying to get 401k and live in this society and prosper in this society and build up the communities in this society, fuck the community, man. All of it's going to be burnt with fervent heat, man. All of it's going to be destroyed. That's vanity. All right? Wholly acceptable unto Yahweh, which is your reasonable service. This guy wasn't doing Yahweh's reasonable service. In fact, he was building up what Yahweh Shema Shai is going to tear down. Okay? This guy was in direct disobedience to Yahweh Shema Shai's reasonable service. No one's supposed to shed a tear for him. No one's supposed to lament for him. The only good thing about that, as from a man of the Lord, what we would say about it, he's now in the spirit realm in his right mind. To be present, to be absent from the body is to be present with Yahweh Shema Shai. That's the only good thing about it. Now, all of his works he did in the flesh, all of these things he did in his life is all vanity. It's bullshit. He did nothing. He was a nigger. He died the death of a niggard. Verse 2, and be not conformed to this world. This guy was conformed to this world. All right? And when you look out there, all these people coming, paying homage to this guy, they're of this world. All those people you see out there on that clip I just showed, getting stabbed, getting trampled and shit, they're people of this world, man. They learn to do those rituals from this devil, man. Bringing out candles and shit. Those are rituals that the heathen taught us to do, man. Okay? But be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. When you're transformed by the renewing of your mind, you're not worried about building up the community. Okay? You're not worried about giving back to the hood that where you grew up that's all fucked up. All you worried about is going and preach Yahweh Shema Shai's word so the elect can get sealed, so America could be destroyed with a renewed mind. What the fuck Elder Tahar, Apostle Elder Tahar and Elder Gabar look like going raising money to build up the neighborhood they grew up in? I mean, come on, man. That's madness. That's madness, man. All right? We're in this world, but we're not of this world, man. All right? We're here so we can get in the cosmos of Yahweh Shema Shai, where righteousness beareth rule, where our laws, statutes, and commandments beareth rule. All right, that nigga's a sellout. For you to get that high in the society, get that high in the rap game, man, that nigga probably done tossed salads, got his salad tossed, and did all type of abominable things under the sun, man. All right? That ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. He wasn't doing the acceptable, perfect will of God. All right? He was doing the will of a person of this world. All right? He was trying to further and prosper his life in Babylon, which ought to be destroyed, which will be destroyed. Okay? So no one's going to cry and lament for his death. And when you look at all these copperheads, all those dildo heads, all those comatose patients out there going to the spot where he died, that just show you how bad of a state this world is. Just think about it. They're supposed to be going to a peaceful memorial where this guy died and end up getting stabbed at the fucking memorial procession, man. Let me bring out this scripture. This is 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. You go into a funeral presiding, a wake or whatever, and when you go there, you end up getting stabbed, man. Those are perilous times, man. Those are perilous fucking times when you go to a funeral and get shot at or get stabbed or get whacked. Okay? That show you how bad the times are. And that's just the tip of, that hasn't even got near the tip of the iceberg. It's going to get worse than that. For men shall be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedience to parents, thankful, unholy, without natural affection. All right? People, nobody out there, those people that was stabbing and out there carrying on like animals, they had no natural affection for him or his family. All right? Truce breakers, false accusers, and content, fierce, despisers of those that are good. He was a despiser of those that are good. The prophets of Yahweh Shema Shah are those that are good. Traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of Yahweh Shema Shah. And those are the type of people that was out there at that memorial, getting stabbed up, getting stampeded, getting trampled. All right? The Most High ain't dealing with them. The Most High wasn't dealing with no Nipsey Hussle, whatever the fuck that nigga name is. I heard of him, but I never listened to his music. He wasn't no A-class entertainer. But with all that being said, is the scenario, everything going on around this guy's death, man. All right, you got men of the Lord out here getting tortured, men of the Lord out here going through hard times. You got men of the Lord out here suffering, and nobody's crying or lamenting for them or coming to show them mercy and help them. Okay? But you got this wicked nigga who's trying to build up Babylon and make the youth of this society Babylonians by making their lives better here in Babylon so they could want to prosper in Babylon instead of want this bitch to be destroyed. People coming out there lamenting and paying homage to this nigga, man, like he's a king of Israel, a righteous king of Israel or something, man. It's madness, man. Fuck these niggas, man. All right. Get another precept. This is John 15. I'm going to start at verse. Here we go. Start at verse 17. These things I command you, that you love one another. All right? And he's talking about the brotherhood, the body, those that is doing his will. That's the one another. He's not telling us to be lovers of this world. He's talking about being a lover, being lovers of brothers that are trying to fulfill the same enterprise as you. Build up the kingdom of heaven. Teach the truth for the scriptures. All right? Fellow laborers in Yahushua. Those are the ones he's telling us to love one another. Verse 18, if the world hates you, know that it hated me before it hated you. The world loved Nipsey Hussle. The prophets are hated. The prophets are hated. But the world loved this wicked ass nigga. You never gonna find a clip where he's paying homage to Yahweh Shema Shah, telling the children of Israel that they're not African Americans, that they're the true Israelites of antiquity. He's not telling them the truth, that America's gonna be destroyed, that all hell's about to break loose. But the people love him. All right? Verse 19, if you were of the world will love his own. The world, that's why you look at that shit, you see all them people come together by the troops because the world love his own. But the men of the Lord are hated, man. The men of the Lord are perplexed. We have dire straits and hell coming on us on both sides, okay? But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. Therefore, the world hated you. We are hated. That guy was love of the world. You don't see men of the Lord praising this guy. All right? You don't see righteous men speaking of this guy, giving this guy perks. You only see rappers, actors, people of this world, people that synchronize with this world paying homage to this guy. You did? So, man, when you look at that little clip where they stampede each other, that's just a small number. They're gonna be out in the streets in the millions when all hell break loose, stampeding each other, killing each other, raping each other, and eating each other. All right? And guys like this, man, they're going to be things of naught. All right? Zechariah the 3rd chapter is going to get implemented where the famous men are going to be the men of the Lord. That's the times we're coming into. And the men of the Lord are going to laugh at these calamities. We're not going to want to have nothing to do with these people of the world. We want Babylon destroyed. We want the so-called white man in slavery, man. We want our people ruling the earth. We want to rule the earth. We want to put the laws that govern the earth. All right? We don't want to be in a world where the white man's ruling. If you got to go get a bank loan, you got to go to him. You got to get anything you do. You want to go out of this country to fly, you got to get permission from him. Fuck that. And Nipsey Hussle, all he was about, he was content with being under this white man's rule, long as he was prospering in this white man's rule. All right? Fuck him. He was a well-nourished slave. All right? He wasn't worried about ruling. He wasn't worried about dominion. So with that, may this sit down be edifying to the hearers. I want to give infinite honors to Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the apostles of great millstone, and salutation to you sincere, I can pushing this truth across the four winds. Kwame Yasharala, Baba Ball.